And you're looking at defending state champion Logan Stieber from Monroeville High School. He's a sophomore. He was 42-1 last year, winning sectional district and state. And he also is a defending Brecksville champion. And he's 21-0 this year. And he'll be going against Troy Opfer from Sandusky St. Mary's, the number 3 seed, a senior. He's been third, second, and second the last 3 years in state tournament competition, and is 14-0 this year.
Got to be like teeing off with Tiger Woods. Nice shot there.
This is a big match because Opfer and Stieber are both Division III wrestlers at 119.
Opfer might pin himself.
I think Opfer may well decide, if things do not go well here, to go 125. And there's the first takedown. Oh, no, he's going to wave it off.
Uh-oh.
A real flurry here. But Stieber is eventually, I think, going to come out with the takedown, and I think maybe back points here. These boys cannot be unfamiliar with one another, coming from virtually the same area. And there's the 2 points for Logan Stieber. Opfer in the semis today wrestled Ben Surgent, the defending state champion in 112 from Troy Christian, and beat him 4-3. So we had the 3 best 19s in the state in Division III. And as I said, I do believe Opfer may choose to go 125 should this turn out badly.
You know, why you say that, let me quickly say something, Brian. I know this is a sentimental favorite tournament, being the oldest one in the whole country, but you were quick to remind me, there's a lot of state champs that go down like bowling pins, and the quality of this tournament over the last 10, 15 years has really put it right up there with the Ironman probably.
It's I think, the second toughest tournament in Ohio right now. Tournament chairman Nick Dimitris has made a tremendous effort to upgrade the tournament every year. It's very well run.
You know, because for years, Brian, this was considered like a very good public school type tournament with Maple Heights and Nordonia and those people. But now, it's got to be nationally known, this tournament.
It is. It's one of the top tournaments for rating wrestlers. And Stieber right out there.
But a tribute to the coaches at Monroeville, or maybe it's just these kids, but their riding technique is phenomenal.
Look at that.
Last 20 seconds here. Stieber after that flurry, leading 2-0.
And everyone we've seen, is counting Walsh and also this, when they're done, none of them are gassed. They're in excellent shape now. We're talking Christmas time.
He's going for it.
Here's a good look here. Stieber riding, drops down to the knee.
Look at that.
It's just
amazing.
Perfect riding right there.
I think we should mention Opfer, of course, the last of the 4 Opfer
I was
brothers.
just bringing that up because it seems like a name every year we've talked about forever.
This is the 4th and last of the group. And all 4 of them have been 4-year varsity wrestlers at Sandusky St. Mary's. And in the previous 15 years for those 4, 15 state placements, 8 titles, and all the rest third or better except 1 time.
So 14 of 15 in the top 3.
And we might mention Troy's record. He's won 182 high school matches already. He was 63-1 last year. His only loss by a single point in the state finals. He was 57-4 as a sophomore, again losing in the state finals by a single point.
And when they do that whole family thing, how do you think they rank with all the other, you know, the Milkoviches and
The Sabatos. Resume our action here in the second period. And Brian, I am really impressed with these kids from Monroeville, especially Stieber. I mean, he's a sophomore. He wrestles like he's wrestling for Iowa or Minnesota or somebody like that. This is how college wrestling takes place. You got people who are really good on top. Traditionally, what we've seen from Ohio is that we've been very good on our feet. These kids are great on top, and they happen to be pretty doggone good on their feet as well.
We haven't found too many weaknesses yet, actually. Boy, I'll tell you, Stieber looking for back points here, and Opfer just not going to be willing to give him up, at least very easily. For third, second, and second the last 3 years at the state, but he may be drummed out of the family. He'd be the only brother without a title this year.
If he stays at this weight, it may happen.
Yeah, and I think so. And this is a pretty tough cut for Troy.
Mike, isn't that the #1 criticism of Ohio wrestling now is they can't ride that well?
I don't know. I think picking down against the Monroeville wrestlers is not a good idea.
No.
Well, to Jeff's point, you know, traditionally Ohio wrestlers haven't been looked at as being great on top. That's always been a tribute that you give to the Pennsylvania and New Jersey wrestlers. But, you know, Stiebers and Tesari, you know, they've exhibited that they are very good at riding and they use great technique, although it just gets called here for locking hands. They didn't break, they didn't get the escape.
Okay, now we're going into the third period. Stieber took top for the second. Opfer took bottom for the third. I'm not sure I like Opfer's strategy here.
Well, other than Stieber getting called for locking hands, Opfer hasn't been even close to getting out. And just a clarification on the rules. The reason that it was locking hands is even though they were faced off at each other, you still have to have an arm or a head to be able to lock your hands, even if you're facing each other. Because they didn't break away from each other, it's still called locking hands. And that's why Stieber has a point.
No, that's why Opfer
has a point. Sorry about that.
You know, Stieber's only a sophomore, but here's what Mike's talking
It's a
about.
good trip. Here they go. They lock. They're facing off with each other. As soon as he locks hands there, locking hands, that's why the 1 point was awarded. After 2 quick draws, Stieber tries to bait him into another one to get a free point.
That's exactly what he was doing. And we're down to 1:09 right now.
Mike, would you agree, although Stieber only a sophomore and doesn't have that, you know, upper grade body yet, he's extremely strong for his age right here. I just see, you know, Opfer really can't do much of anything.
Well, and he keeps changing it up. He's lining up on different sides. He's getting the ankle control, stays under the arms. You know, I agree with you, but he wrestles well with leverage as opposed to just strength. And you know, we've seen a lot of kids wrestle with leverage that have done well over the years. But then when the strength comes, it becomes even worse for your opponents. Right now, Stieber out to the side, trying to create some moves, but Opfer really just trying to clam up underneath there and not trying to get turned.
20 seconds here. And there's the escape. That makes it 4-2, 10 seconds, 9. He's got to get something quick. Stieber just backing away. He doesn't have any stalling warnings. He's safe.
There's one stalling
And
warning.
there's the end of the match. 4-2. Same score that his brother won at 103 pounds. And certainly Stieber's closest match of the year with a 4-2 victory. Close in score, but
close,
frankly
yet
not.
deceiving, yeah.